Hello. Thank you for joining me this evening, or actually this morning. It's about, it's almost 7 o'clock on a Sunday, and I wanted to do the fourth episode. This is a Bob Ross inspired painting. I just happened to see it, and I said, you know what, this would be cool to paint. For those of you who maybe don't know me, I'm originally from the Chicago area. Of course, I'm wearing my Devin Hester Chicago Bears jersey. I know they're not playing really well right now, but it is what it is. I started painting a couple years ago. I am a licensed builder for the state of Michigan, and when I'm not building decks, is what I like to do, is build decks. I like to do something in the off season to kind of keep myself occupied. This is actually a calming effect, and it's really a hobby. I don't ever profess to be this painter. I just like doing it. Sometimes I want to see if I can do it, and we take it from there. So what I have right now, I have a canvas prepared. Let me try to move you guys closer, sorry. So you'll get more of the painting than me. I have prepared a canvas. This is black gesso. Kind of gives a foresty look to it right now. I just want to clear off some of the, oops, sorry about that, guys. I just want to clear off some of the liquid white. So I have liquid white up here. So this is all liquid white. As you can see, I got some of it here. So I'm just trying to clean some of it off. But it's not too bad. So if it makes a mist, it's okay. All right, so what I want to do is it's a mountain valley scene, and I always have my references. So I'm going to start off by doing the sky. So I'm going to start with a little bit of blue. Got a little blue. I'm just going to go ahead and go. I have liquid white on the top, so it makes So you can make the sky however you want. I just put the paint on there and hope for the best, you know. Hopefully the desired outcome looks good. You just want to make sure you cover all of it. And, and you want to get all the lines. You kind of want to, you really want to, you know, they say crisscross, but so that's kind of my sky. So I got my sky. Maybe I'll bring it down a little bit lower. And, you know, just, you don't need to add it and make it darker. Sorry, I got a clamp on here that is in the way. Come on. Sorry. So, hopefully you guys can get a good view of that. Now keep in mind, whenever I started painting, I just said, okay, well, let me see if I can do this. And I like the sky like this because it's not straight. It looks like there's clouds. I mean, you can put clouds in there, but I'm not really a fan of actually making clouds. I like the sky like this. So we do this now. What I want to do is I want to do a yellow right here. And if you mix yellow, if the yellow touches the blue, that kind of makes it green, and I don't really want a green look to it. So I got my blue sky. I'm going to go ahead and clean my brush. Sorry if you hear the furnace kicking on. All right, so we clean the brush. So I'm gonna put a little purple, but Now I'm trying to figure out where my purple is. Oh, there's my purple. So really what I do, I want to kind of go like, oh, there's no purple on there. So you kind of want to put a little mixture in the sky, and that's what. It's supposed to be purple, but I'm gonna try that again. I didn't see much purple on there, so let me try to get some purple on there. All right, let's try it again. I just want a different variation of color. That's not as purple as I'd want it to be, so. Let's see. Ooh, that's a little too dark. Yeah, I don't want it dark like that. There you go. You just want a little barrier, that's all. And I'm gonna blend that in. Okay. So I'm good with that. Yeah. A lot of times they say you want to go ahead and clean your brushes. It is a very good idea to do that. I do use I found the best stuff to use to clean your brushes, and it's not really giving a plug to Lowe's, but it's called Clean Strip Odorless Mineral Spirits. Now, you really want to be careful with the mineral spirits that you get, right? Because the mineral spirits, it can be strong, and you don't want to be in an enclosed spot where the mineral spirits is strong, and because that could probably chase you out of house and home. Your relationship probably wouldn't last very long if that's the case. So let me go ahead and blend this in. Okay. Yep, kind of want to blend the two together. Yeah, kind of a purple sky, right? So, oh, let me go ahead and get that. You don't really want to have a separation, but you want to kind of blend it together. And so now, and I think I want to just put the purple down here too. Okay. All right, so I'm going to clean this. But yes, so far and again, I'm not professing to be this painter. I like doing it. Sometimes it comes out the way I want, sometimes it doesn't. But you have the ability, it's paint. You can take black gesso over any painting that you don't like, or you think it's, something that's, well, you really rather not. Hold on, sorry about that, guys. I want to get more of the painting than me, so. Okay. But you can hear my voice. So what I'm going to, so basically when you're doing painting, you can decide, hey, I like it. And you can always do it. You're not ruining anything. I'm not getting paid for it, which is probably a good thing because, you know what they say about starving artists. I'd be really starving. So I'm going to try to do some yellow. I want to see what, okay. I'm going to mix a couple colors. So my yellow and some whites. All right, I'm going to mix yellow and white because I want to make like a almost like a sunny hue, Yeah, I don't want to make it bright. Like I want to make it more of a pale. So I'm trying to add more. Yep, trying to add more. The reason why I'm doing that because I want to do. It's kind of like a sky, but you want it to reflect. And you really don't want the yellow touching the blue because it'll make green. So that's kind of why, that's why I have, and that's when I looked at the video, it's why Bob Ross had it, because he just didn't want it touching. So yeah, I mean, you're going to have mountain and you're going to have trees. I mean, you'll start seeing a little bit of the okay. So that's kind of what I got for this guy. I'm going to go ahead and clean the brush. But no, it is fun. If you try to do painting, it is fun. It's one of those things that it's relaxing. I mean, yeah, can it be frustrating at times? Of course. Of course. Because you really, really want to do a good job. You know, and you want to be proud of what you're doing. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make an attempt at a mountain. I didn't have all my colors together, but I'm going to try to see what I can do. I'm going to put some colors together. I have my palette knife. I'm going to use that. I'm going to put a little green. I don't try to run colors across the screen because it just seems like it's, you know, you can use whatever colors you want. I'm just mixing colors together. All right, so I'm gonna try to do. Oh, he always says get a bead of paint on the end of it, but I can never do that. So I'm just gonna do it my way. How's that? So I'm gonna put a mountain right here. Okay, it's gonna mix a little bit. It's okay. You're gonna get a little bit. I'm just trying to get more mountain like. All right. Okay. Yeah. 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 Sometimes the mountain, it gets kind of sketchy and you're like, wow. It's going to get there. It looks like a mountain. Sometimes you'll get frustrated because you're like, wait a minute, it doesn't look like a mountain. It'll get there. And then, yeah. So that is the base underline of a mountain. So you can take your brush then, smooth it out. You're going to go like that. Yep. And then you can go. So you can say, okay, this one. Sometimes it doesn't blend like you want, but it's okay. If you need to correct that, sometimes when you're putting the mountains on, you're like, wait a minute, I just killed the top of that. So you can just go ahead and put it back on there. Yeah. Yep. All right, so that is, I'm gonna try to, when you use these big brushes, I mean, sometimes it works, but I wanted a little bit more definition. So I didn't really want it to, I mean, you could probably get away with this fan brush. Yeah. Yeah, because you want to get as much paint off as you possibly can. So you can kind of define your mountain. Okay. So one of the hardest parts for me is to figure out how I want the mountain. Okay. Oop. Sorry about that. Almost lost you guys. Sorry about that. I'm just gonna I apologize for if this makes somebody nauseous. I'm sorry. What I'm gonna try to do is fix this one. All right. Sometimes you have to do a little bit of touch up, but so now the hardest part for me is to add the kind of the background colors, like the shading. And I learned that if the light source is coming from this way, which is what we'll probably do. Now some do I'm going to have the light source come from this way. I'm going to attempt. I hope this turns out the way I want, but we'll give it a go. So this will be it is what it is. So you can always fix anything. It's not like, oh my God, I just ruined it. No. Keep in mind, this is supposed to be the shadow color. So now, since the knife is not doing what I want it to do, I'm going to try. I mean, you can even try a filbert brush, a brush that may work for you. I'm going to see if this will have the desired effect. Maybe. So you have to improvise. I mean, like I said, Bob Ross does it in easy strokes and makes it seem like You'll see when we put the highlights on. You know, and like I said, you'll look at something and I don't like it. So now here's where the difference is. So we're gonna make some light colors. I'm just trying to see. I'm gonna get some more white. I have all my paints back here. And sorry, sometimes I get focused because I want to make sure it turns out the way I want it. So I'm going to get some white paint. And I have like all these tubes of paint, but sometimes, oh, here it is. Sometimes white escapes me. But I do appreciate all y'all who viewed it. Again, this is just for fun and relaxation. And I get up, and sometimes I get up in the middle of the night and I'm like, oh crap, I want to paint. So I just paint. So. So sometimes it comes out okay, you know, because I don't profess to be the greatest painter. I really don't, because as a builder, when I got my builder's license, I was kind of like, can I do this? So the goal is to make it look like, not pyramids, because you can make it look like that. And that is not my goal at all. Because I don't want pyramids up here. I want it to be like, sometimes you get on your pants, okay. That's all going to be covered up anyway. So, I may go back to the knife. I had a smaller palette knife. I'm going to try that. This is my smaller palette knife. Sometimes it comes out. So they say you got to go up and come down. Yeah, the goal is to just make it look, you know, because you want. And I keep working on it. I mean, sometimes it doesn't. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes you concentrate so hard, you're like, oh man, is this gonna come off? And sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, but it's okay. Mm. I mean, you can always fix it if you don't really like the shadow color. You kind of go, well, and you can even put a little black in it just so it's like. Hmm. And then you can go by and you can kind of like, okay. Trust me, it's never going to be perfect. Yeah. And you could get frustrated with it, but it's okay. And so, in order to so how this like see how that's kind of junked up a little bit, I'm gonna go ahead and correct it because I'm gonna make it more shadowy right here. Mm. I mean, you can actually. And not every mountain's perfect, not every mountain's straight, so but you want to get it somewhat decent, you want to be like, okay. And you want to go ahead and let's see. You want to make sure that you're okay. Mountains are straight. All right. So sorry about that. Back to where we're at. So it's kind of your mountain. It's not terrible. It's starting to look like something. But what I do is I want to put another peak right here in front because it just doesn't. I want it to look like a mountain. I don't want it to be where. So I want to put like maybe another little peak. So you can actually take. I mean, you can probably go like this. That didn't turn out the way I wanted. Okay, so like. So you can kind of see the peak there. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to probably brighten it up a little bit. Just go like that. There. So when you do your mountains, do they have to look pretty? No, mountains are nice, but they're not perfect. So what I was trying to do is go for, this is the lighted side, and I was going to put, I might want to do this a little better. So that didn't turn out the way I thought it would. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. So we take the good with the bad, you know? Oh, we're gonna try some. So you can kind of fix your mountains. I'm trying to fix mine. Yeah, it's all right. So you can fiddle with it and play with it and whatever, but you know, sometimes it won't look like you want, but it's okay. So the light source is coming from here. That's kind of my mountain. What you want to do, you want to make it misty down here. So you want to take the edge of your brush. Okay. And all right, so that's your mountain. Like I said, this is my version of it. Mountain isn't pretty. I'm not the best at it, but we're gonna just go with it. So now we want to do trees. So when you do trees, like pine trees, you want to make them, you might have to add a little black to your color. So And you're just going to keep doing that. So you want them straight up and down. You don't want them like. Yep. So you're just going to keep doing it. So you see how those are? You just want to make them a little bit more defined, more up and down. So as you can see, hopefully you can see that, I'm going to put the trees in. Yep. And of course you want the trees to be because you figured the trees and you got a little bit of hue, so that's a good thing. So the goal, we're going for the sky, the mountain, and the trees, which don't look too bad. All right, so now that we got the trees, we can probably we can make some darker trees right here. Yep. I like it. I like it. So the goal is for the trees, the mountain, and you know what? It's not bad. You kind of get the idea. So we got trees here, mountain, sky, kind of what we wanted. Now, what the goal is you want to make it look. So I'm going to look at a reference because I always do. I got to look at the reference and see. So I don't know if I need to get you closer so you can see it. Bear with me. I'm looking at a reference picture. His mountains look so awesome. Actually, he has some. Hold on, let me stop this. All right. So what I did was I tweaked it a little bit while I was trying to figure out what my references were. So let me kind of give you. Yeah. I'm gonna actually try to get you closer. Sorry, because I know it's kind of like hard to see. There we go. All right, so what I did was I just put a little bit of brown in the mountains because it kind of, this is the shadow and this is the, supposed to be the light. So I'm going to go ahead and put, all right, let me just see. Yeah, put some light here. There we go. Yeah. Put a little bit more brown in there so I can definitely. Yep. So. Yeah. Okay. So then what I want to do now is put some white in there because it's going to react like, okay. So, yeah. A lot of times it's like it's trial and error, isn't it? It's kind of like, okay, well, I got that. Okay. That's about as good as we're going to get it. We're not going to tinker anymore. So, kind of brown with some white in it. There we go. I mean, you can't really fuss with it any more than you did. So, yep. So that's it. We're going to leave that alone because I'm going to tinker that to death. So what I was doing was when I was actually putting in trees, I'm going to go back to doing that because I wanted to put more black in with the trees because right around here, I wanted to. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to put another level of trees right here, you know, like because obviously trees don't stop. And so how you highlight that is because remember now, you kind of want to go. You put a little yellow. So, and then you do the same over here. So once you do that, so you got your trees, but then you put a little bit of, like I said, you put a little bit of hue because you want to be the. Okay, so now this is your tree line. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try to see if this will work. So I'm going to rinse this off. Actually, no. I'm going to try something. So I'm going to mix. So when you're putting in grass, see. So as you're doing your green, I mean, you can, the goal is you want the dimensions. I mean, you can even put like trees in there and then like make other trees and make them scattered to kind of give it dimension. So you kind of want to, and so there's going to be a lake. So, I mean, you get the picture, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to put, the reason why we put this there, because we want it to be like, okay, there's kind of like a surprise. So I'm going to put this down and we're going to go ahead and we're going to take some white. Okay, so then we're going to go like this. All right, so now we want the reflections of the lake. Like I said, it's going to be dry off this brush, and again, I apologize for it being sketchy. So. Okay. So So that's kind of the lake. So there's a lake, it's reflecting the sky. So yep. And you can tweak it, but that's kind of the general idea. It can be as simple as that. So it's the mountains, it's the lake, and yeah, we can put more trees in it to give it dimension. And that's, you know, maybe I can do that. I can put some, I'll put like, maybe I can put a couple pines in there. How's that? I'm not really good at pine trees, but let's give it a go, shall we? So this is kind of what we're going for. I wanted the forest, the trees, and I mean, you can make it look like there's, like if you go like, sometimes if you go like this, let's see. Kind of makes it look like there's. Yeah. So if you look at it, it's kind of like, I mean, you just go over it. And what I'll do is I'll go over it with green. So it's not to be like. Yeah. So that's actually it. That's the finished painting that I wanted to do for you. So, you know, I'm going to put, I actually, you know what? There is one step I'd like to do. I saw this, and Bob Ross said you take a filbert brush and you mix some brown. Find my brown. Oh, here it is. Mix brown and like a tan. And it's pretty cool the way he did it. So you kind of want to make, I don't know if you want to make tan or just white and mix it. So you're supposed to take brown on one side and white on the other. And then you make. So yeah, so the way I learned it is you could go, you know, kind of make your stones Okay. I broke my brush. Okay, so now we throw that away. I can get a bigger brush. So let's try that one again. We're going to make... Yep. So you got your stones, you got your lake. I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, you got your trees. It's really simple like that. So that's kind of what we're going to end with. I definitely appreciate you guys joining me. I'm going to try to do more, but I'm just going to show you guys, that is the finished painting. I'm hoping you can see that. All right. So if you can see that, that's kind of what we do. We got our lake, reflection, sky, mountain, trees, sky. About as simple as that. Okay? Well, thank you again for joining me for the 4th episode. Again, it was a Bob Ross inspired painting, and I definitely appreciate you joining me. I know, sorry, it's a little silent. Sometimes I just want to make sure that I'm getting it correctly and painting, because I get focused. But again, this is my version of the Bob Ross painting. You know, I'll go with it. All right. Till next time. Episode 5 coming up. Thanks. Bye.